So ito po ngayon ang bagong topic natin ulit sa structural theory and welcome to my class. So statically determinate structures pa rin tayo but this time all about trusses. Okay? So what is truss? Okay. Truss is an assemblage of straight members connected at their ends by flexible connections to form a rigid configuration. So the members commonly used in construction consist of wooden struts, metal bars, angles, or channel. The joints are usually formed by bolting or welding the ends of the members to common plate or tinatawag nating gasket plate. Tignan natin dito sa figure na to. So, siguro naman nakakita na kayo ng mga ganito outside, 'di ba? Or inside sa inyong bahay or sa mga tulay. So, tawagin nating planar truss yung mga ganito munang klase ng traffic. No, na nakalay sa isang single plane. Okay? So, it is usually bolted and welded, no? But in further discussion, ipapaliwanag din natin kung theoretically ay ma-address ba natin yung mga connection na ito. So, sample na makikita natin no sa roof trusses. Okay? As roof trusses, no? Maybe it's industrial or minsan sa residential, of course. And trusses used to support roofs are selected on the basis of the span, the slope, and the roof material. Some of the more common types of trusses used are in figure 3-3. Ito yung mga yon, no? But let's see first the common parts of the truss. So, mayroon siyang top chord. Yan, tinatawag nating top chord, yung sloping part. Of course, literally, nasa top kasi siya. And bottom chord, ang tawag natin dito sa nasa baba naman. So, meron din tayong web members. Yan, itong mga to. Usually, in diagonal and vertical. And kung may napapansin kayo sa mga trusses like this, yan, ito, sa Howe truss, which is common truss. Ito yung king post na tinatawag. Okay? Tandaan na lang natin mga terms. So, these are the samples of trusses na nakikita natin sa mga roof or maybe bridges. Meron tayong scissors, hoe, or hoe. Okay, kinuha yan sa mga naka-discover or nito, naka-design nito. Okay, hoe truss or hoe truss. Meron din tayong frat truss. So usually, itong hoe truss ay makikita natin sa mga DPWH building, no? Particularly sa mga DepEd buildings. So, meron to itong frat is common one, no? Sa mga bahay. Fan, meron tayong fink, cambered fink, warren, sawtooth, and bowstrings. Yan, usually makikita mo na yan sa bridges. Yung mga single lane bridges. So next, yun nga, pwede rin gamitin to sa bridge truss. The main structural elements of a typical bridge truss are shown in this figure. Okay. Here you can see the use of the truss in both sides. Hindi lang siya basta mag-guide para sa mga dumadaan na railing, kundi siya din talaga yung main component to resist load, no, moving loads or dead loads, live loads dito sa tulay. So, supported by different bracings. Ayan, may top lateral bracing tayo. Yan, meron din sway bracing to resist lateral loading. Mayroon din tayong portal bracing, stringers, portal end post, ayan, floor beams of course, and the deck. So, yan. Other trusses sa bridge, no, na ginagamit yan nga. So, yan po. Meron pa tayo ditong K-truss. O, subdivided Warren Trust, Baltimore. Ito ay with cassette plates, no? Kaya kung nakakapanood na kayo ng mga bridge competition, no? Usually, isa sa mga ginagamit natin o ginagawa natin ay mayroong cassette plate. Okay? Hindi lang to ba pang paganda or architectural, may use ito sa connection natin. So, mayroong assumption tayo for the design ng trusses natin. Napakagandang explanation coming from our reference. So, to design both the members and the connections of the truss, it is first necessary to determine the force developed in each member when the truss is subjected to a given loading. In this regard, two important assumptions, or three rather, three ito, important assumptions will be made in order to idealize the truss. So, idealization of frame truss or beam, di ba? Yun yung tinuro natin for the last class, na para mas makita natin ano yung nature ng load at saka ano positioning nito. So, number one should be analyze or assume that all the connections are joined together with smooth pins, no? So, it is welded or bolted kamo na an actual position. I-assume natin to as smooth pin, no? It should be frictionless ball and socket joined in space trusses kapag space trusses, and kapag plain trusses is frictionless pin. All loadings are applied at the joints. Okay? Isa yan sa mga importante din na we are neglecting the weights of the members since the force supported by the members is large in comparison with their weight. Okay? If the weight is to be included in the analysis, it is generally satisfactory to apply it as vertical force, and hahatiin mo yun at napupunta yun sa magkabilang end of the member. So po, all members are connected only at their ends by frictionless hinge in plain trusses and frictionless ball and ano. So, sabi na pala to sa ano, no? So, number 1. Okay. So, yan yung mga tatandaan natin. Okay. Ang idealization nito kasi para smooth yung magkaroon lang ng axial forces doon sa mga given members. Like, they are oppositely directed and collinear, no? As mentioned, kung babasahin nyo dun sa isang reference natin sa book ni Aslav, nagiging collinear, or kung magkaroon man ng couple force doon sa member, is pwede itong ma-treat na component or resultant force na directly toward axial force, at dalawang klase lamang ng force yung pwedeng mag-act dito. Una, yung mag-elongate sa member, and yung mag-shorten sa member. So, tinatawag natin tensile force kapag nag-elongate ang member, or which the force tends to elongate the member, and compressive force to shorten the member. In the actual design of the truss, it is important to state whether the force is tensile and compressive. Kasi iba nga, sabi natin sa strength of materials, mayroong deflection na nagaganap sa mga member. So, alamin mo dapat kung ano orientation ng force. So, most often, compression members must be made thicker than tension members because of the buckling or sudden instability that may occur in compression members. Okay, so as we go along, different techniques and different logics na makikita natin, okay, dito sa trusses natin. So, may arrangement din tayo ng members on the plane trusses. So, we can define a plain trust as internally stable. If the number and arrangement, tandaan natin yun, take note nyo not only the number, but the geometric arrangement of its members is such that the truss does not change its shape and remains rigid when detached from the support. So, same like the first topic to sa beams and frames or interconnected members ay nakikita natin yung stability kapag rigid ito kahit na alisin mo yung support. So the term internal is used here to refer to the number and the arrangement of members contained within the truss. The instability due insufficient external support or due to improper arrangement is for the external support, no? So, ibig sabihin, sir, mag-aalam din tayo dito na internal stability, yes. Meron tayong mga formula, meron tayo ding ulit na guide on how to determine if this is stable or it's or unstable. So, meron pang arrangement nga na magkakos ng internal stability. At one of that is the basic arrangement ng simple truss. Alam ko nalaman niyo na to. Of course, a triangle. Diba? Shown in letter A. Diba? So, the three-member basic simple truss, okay, is a strong one that will resist each other kapag naglagay tayo ng external load. Napatunayan naman natin yan. Compared to letter B na rectangular or quadrilateral arrangement. So, kapag pin connected, kagaya ng sinabi natin, assume as smoothless pin, pwede itong mag ganitong shape, no? Hindi siya stable kapag nag external horizontal load tayo. So, the term internal is used here to refer to the number of arrangement. Yun nga kanina, yung sinasabi natin. So, meron din tayo ditong basic counting or if ever adding new members to the truss is nakakabuo tayo ng series of simple truss. Okay? Tandaan natin, ito yung tipo ng truss na madedefine agad lang natin. Kumbaga, masasakop ng ating formula to define if it is internally stable or unstable. So, basically, letter A is a simple truss. If we add new members, two new members, is para ka rin nag-a-add ng new joint. Tama naman, di ba? In order for you to add a new member, two new members to a three existing ones, there should be one joint connecting them. So, yan yung basic. Kaya nabuo yung formula natin na count the members for a simple truss. Tanda natin simple truss. Ibig sabihin, walang conjunctions, walang extra, ganun. Simple truss means that three basic, member should add with two members with one joint. Basically, it is 2j minus 3, no? Para ma-classify lang siya as formula, no? So, like, halimbawa, yung 5-member na yan, magiging ilang joint yan? 4. So, kasi, nasusunod yung required na dapat in a simple truss, there are at least 3 members. So, 2j, so 2 times 4 minus 3. Yan. So, it should have 5 members. So on and so forth. So, yan ang simple truss. Okay? So, again, number 1 tip, technique, dapat masasabi mo internal stable kapag it form a triangle.